Imagine this, a piece of malware that disguises itself as a trusted Python runtime, tricks your antivirus into ignoring it, and then slips into your system like a ghost. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But this isn't fiction, it's the real-world tactics of cybercriminals using a framework called HollowFrame. What makes this really interesting is how they are weaponizing something as mundane as a Python DLL to bypass one of the most advanced security tools out there. Let me break this down for you, because this isn't just about malware, it's about the psychology of evasion and the blind spots in our defenses. Here's the thing, when you hear Python, your brain probably thinks of data scientists or open-source developers. But HollowFrame is exploiting that trust. By creating a fake Python DLL that looks legitimate, they're essentially tricking the system into thinking, oh, this is just a normal Python process, no need to flag it. And then, boom, they've got a backdoor. In my opinion, this is a masterclass in social engineering at the code level. It's not just about writing malicious code, it's about making the code look like it belongs. That's why I think this technique will become a blueprint for future attacks. It's so effective because it's so subtle. Now, let's talk about the phishing angle. The attack starts with a spear phishing email, which is old news, but what's new here is how they are using a shortcut file to execute base64 content. This isn't just a random exploit, it's a calculated move. They are forcing the user to elevate privileges, which is like handing them the keys to the kingdom. What many people don't realize is that even the most sophisticated malware can't survive without a human hand. This is a reminder that no amount of tech can replace the need for user education. If you're not careful, you're just another link in the chain. But here's where it gets wild, the malware doesn't just hide in plain sight, it uses GitHub as a covert command and control channel. Think about that for a second. GitHub is a platform for developers, not cybercriminals. By embedding malicious files in a private repo, the attackers are leveraging the trust that organizations have in GitHub. This raises a deeper question: how many of our security teams are monitoring GitHub API calls from non-browser processes? Because if you're not, you're basically leaving a backdoor open for anyone who knows how to exploit it. And let's not forget the persistence mechanisms. HollowFrame isn't just about getting in, it's about staying in. They're using scheduled tasks, WMI events, and the startup folder to ensure they are always there. What this really suggests is that modern malware isn't just about one-time attacks anymore. It's about long-term infiltration. This is the future of cybercrime, not just stealing data, but embedding themselves into your infrastructure like a parasite. A detail I find fascinating is how they are using the OneDrive user agent to mask their traffic. It's like they're wearing a disguise made of legitimate software, making detection nearly impossible. So, what does this mean for us? Well, Blackpoint's recommendations are spot on, but they are also a wake-up call. Correlating GitHub API connections with tasking files, reviewing scheduled tasks for suspicious names, and detonating password-protected archives in controlled environments, all of this is critical. But here's the thing, these aren't just technical fixes. They are cultural shifts. Organizations need to start thinking of cybersecurity as a continuous battle, not a one-time setup. Because if you're not adapting, you're already behind. And honestly, I think this is just the beginning. The next wave of malware will be even more sophisticated, and we need to be ready. So, what do you think? Are we doing enough to protect ourselves against these kinds of threats, or are we just waiting for the next big breach to hit us all at once?